in the Annika Pro-Am. As it says here, it will take the Gamebridge ambassador, Caitlin Clark, returns to play this Wednesday. No, not this Wednesday. In the Wednesday, November 12th, Pro-Am at Pelican Golf Club as part of the Annika driven by Gamebridge at
The LPGA may have just pulled off what could be the smartest business move of 2025. But here's the twist. It also exposes a major issue that's currently holding back women's basketball. You've got Caitlin Clark's own league still struggling to figure out how to properly market its biggest star. Meanwhile, golf is going all in, fully capitalizing on her popularity for the second straight year. And those numbers from last season? They were absolutely massive.
Will play Wednesday, November 12th at Pelican Club. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers. Now peep this. Business is booming when Caitlin is involved. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers saw demand increase 1,200% for the Pro-Am because of Clark, one of the most popular figures in the sports world. 1,200%.
Check this out. Attendance skyrocketed by 200%. Just think about that for a moment. Ticket demand didn't rise slightly, it completely blew up. We're talking a full-on surge, doubling the previous numbers, all because one basketball player decided to grab a golf club. The wild part? Every major sports organization in America seems to grasp Caitlin Clark's star power. The NFL gets it. The NBA gets it. Even golf gets it. Yet somehow, the WNBA is still debating her worth.
And I believe they might even have they've got a statement from somebody. Caitlin Clark enjoyed her time at the Annika so much last year that she's running it back. The WNBA star will return to the LPGA Tour event at Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida, where she's scheduled to participate in the Pro-Am on November 12th.
Circle November 12th on your calendar, because that's when it all goes down at the Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida. That day is shaping up to be one of the most watched golf events of the entire year. And honestly, it's not even about the $3.25 million prize purse. It's about Caitlin Clark's authentic crossover appeal that no PR team could ever manufacture. The last time she played, the Golf Channel literally cut to her live mid-round for interviews. Fans simply couldn't get enough.
1,000 followers. Clark had thousands. She played the front nine with the world number one Nelly Korda and back nine with golf icon Annika Sorenstam, the event's host. It was an honor to play the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing, and we are excited for her to return to the Annika in November. Annika said she added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf and competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand.
Listen to this. Annika Sorenstam had some major praise for Caitlin Clark. She said the crowds were incredible, filled with energy, passion, and competitive spirit. And let's be honest, that's not just a polite compliment. That's one of the greatest golfers ever acknowledging a true difference maker. Normally, Pro-Am groups might attract a few dozen fans at most, but Caitlin drew thousands following her every swing, turning a casual golf event into a full-blown spectacle.
Colton Herta and Marcus Erickson served as the caddies. Come on, man.
All right, everybody, welcome back.
I think the cool thing about that is just you felt the energy in the room, the amount of women sitting in there and so passionate about being a leader in their space, whether it was sport, whether it's business, whatever it is. I think that was what's so cool about it. And obviously getting to sit next to Annika on stage is pretty special for myself. So I think a lot of things that me and Annika said is we share a lot of the same values, and I think that's really cool, being driven, but so do they at the same time. Like, obviously we're, professional athletes who played sport or whatever it was, but at the same time in their lives, it all relates. And I think people at times forget that we're real humans too, and we're driven by the same things that they are, maybe just achieving things a little bit differently, and whatever it is, but you could just feel the energy and excitement in the room, and I thought that was what's so cool about it.
You can actually hear the excitement in Caitlin's voice. This isn't just some random sponsorship or PR stunt. She's genuinely thrilled to be there. She's talking about how much she admires Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam, and how she's working to sharpen her game and truly earn her place among them. She's not showing up for a quick photo op, she's there to compete. And that competitive edge? It never turns off.
Every league understands the value of Caitlin Clark. Every single league, and we're going to get into this article, every single league from Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, everybody seems to understand the value that Caitlin Clark brings to the table. Except guess who? Except who? The league she plays in, the WNBA. Kathy, in my opinion, this is the reason you got to go. This is the reason you have to go. All these WNBA players that was disrespecting fans, disrespecting Caitlin Clark fans, and all of this nonsense. Y'all don't understand the value she brings, but all of the leagues who are prospering and winning, they understand the value, and it's pretty sad.
And here's where things get really uncomfortable for the WNBA. Every major sports league seems to understand Caitlin Clark's value, except for her own. The LPGA, with only a sponsorship link, is treating and protecting her image like it's pure gold. Meanwhile, the WNBA allows her to get pushed, fouled, and disrespected nearly every game, while still questioning if she's earned the spotlight. The contrast couldn't be clearer.
She's going to participate in the same event that she was in last year, which garnered a hell of a lot of attention. A ton of attention. Caitlin Clark to run it back at the LPGA event. WNBA star will compete in the Annika Pro-Am, Annika Sorenstam.
Gamebridge didn't wait for Caitlin Clark to become a WNBA superstar. They invested in her long before that. They signed her back when she was lighting up Iowa and rewriting record books. They saw the vision before the draft and before her historic rookie season even began. Now, Gamebridge is the title sponsor of this LPGA event, and they're cashing in big. Caitlin's presence instantly elevates the sport of golf, strengthens her brand, and expands her growing empire, all while her own league still debates whether she's too popular for their comfort.
She's had an endorsement deal with Gamebridge, the title sponsor of this LPGA event, since her senior season at the University of Iowa. See, Kathy, you're talking about without the WNBA, the girl wouldn't have been making $16 million. She been getting money with these people while she was at Iowa. She been getting to the bag before the WNBA. Sorry, that would never work here. The WNBA needs to be grateful of Caitlin Clark, not the other way around. Okay. I had an amazing time at Annika last November and participating in the Pro-Am alongside Nelly Court.
Meanwhile, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert continues insisting the league doesn't need to adjust its marketing strategy. She believes Caitlin Clark's success will naturally lift everyone. But here's the catch: that only works if you actually seize the moment. The LPGA understood that immediately. They saw the 120% spike in ticket sales, the massive fan turnout, and said, let's run it back. That's not luck, that's smart, opportunistic business. You recognize the wave, you ride it, and then you build momentum off it.
She's serious. She's really, really serious about this golf. Hosted by World Golf and LPGA Hall of Famer Annika Sorenstam, the Annika is the LPGA Tour's final full-field regular season event for 2025 and includes a $3.25 million purse. Quote, it was an honor to play in the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing. We are excited for her return to the Annika in November, Sorenstam said in a statement. She's added such a great dynamic to our event. Her passion for golf competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand. You know who's also extremely competitive at golf? Michael Jordan will rip your heart out. He's competitive at everything. But, you know, just throwing another goat out in the arena there. I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation.
Let's not forget that $3.25 million purse makes this event the LPGA Tour's final full-field regular season stop of 2025. That's huge for players battling for rankings, earnings, and tour status. And Caitlin Clark's involvement isn't taking away from that, it's amplifying it. Her drawing power means larger crowds, more media buzz, and major sponsor engagement. That ripple effect fuels long-term growth, bigger prize pools, stronger visibility, and more crossover fans. This is how you grow a league, by putting the spotlight on the star who attracts new audiences and letting her light lift everyone around her.
Yeah. All roads lead to the Annika Pro-Am. Trust me, all roads, all cameras, all people will be tuned in to the Annika Pro-Am. Why? To see the GOAT, Caitlin.
No exaggeration, all eyes will be locked on this tee-off. For one single day in November, a Pro-Am golf event in Florida will become the center of the sports universe. Not the championship round, the exhibition. Yet, it's already generating more hype than most full tournaments. And it's all because Caitlin Clark is in the lineup. That's the unmatched power of crossover fame in 2025. What's truly refreshing, though, is how the LPGA isn't resisting it, they're celebrating it. They understand that Caitlin's spotlight doesn't steal attention, it magnifies it. Her presence doesn't overshadow, it illuminates the entire stage.
Down, Clark doesn't load her hands properly, but her athleticism to generate good club speed. Fans will see if things have improved next month. So, and like I said, that came out by The Athletic, aka the New York Times now.
Check this out. The Athletic actually sent Caitlin Clark's golf swing to a pro coach for analysis. Think about that for a second. A major sports outlet spent real resources breaking down her form like she's a PGA-level contender. The verdict? She's raw but explosive, relying on pure athletic instinct more than refined technique. But the real story isn't her swing, it's her reach. Everything Caitlin does becomes content. Her warm-ups, her interviews, even her practice shots dominate headlines. That's what happens when you transcend your sport. She's not just a basketball player anymore. She's a cultural phenomenon who turns every appearance into an event.
This is the reason you gotta go. This is the reason you have to go. All these WNBA players that was disrespecting fans, disrespecting Caitlin Clark fans, and all of this nonsense. Y'all don't understand the value she brings, but all of the leagues who are prospering and winning, they understand the value, and it's pretty sad. We have an article by Scott Agnes. Hey, Scott, listen, man, I let bygones be bygones. I let bygones be bygones, bro. Just don't pull what you pulled again. Don't do it again. Let bygones be bygones. Salute to Scott Agnes. Caitlin Clark.
Honestly, the truth is the WNBA should be thanking Caitlin Clark, not the other way around. That might sound blunt, but it's reality. Caitlin was already a massive brand before she ever suited up in the WNBA. Gamebridge saw it. Nike saw it. Every major network saw it. The league didn't create Caitlin Clark, it's been riding her wave. Yet instead of embracing that blessing, too many within the league spent her rookie season downplaying her impact and questioning her fame. Meanwhile, the LPGA recognized her value immediately. No jealousy, no drama, just smart, strategic business.
I thought we'd just check this out. This was from the Indiana Fever's official X page from last year.
You know how Michael Jordan's legendary competitiveness doesn't stop at basketball. It follows him straight onto the golf course, where every swing becomes a battle of pride. That same relentless drive defines Caitlin Clark. She's not just showing up to play for fun. She grinds, studies, practices, and genuinely respects the game. That's exactly why icons like Annika Sorenstam are praising her impact. Caitlin isn't pretending to care about golf, she's actually elevating it. She's merging Jordan's fire with her own authentic passion, showing the next generation what true athletic obsession looks like. Every swing she takes on the fairway carries the same cold-blooded focus she brings to every deep three-pointer.
PGA loves Caitlin Clark. They know she's great for business. They know the numbers that come with having Caitlin Clark's name affiliated with the event. They know the pub that it's gonna bring and everything that's gonna come with it. So obviously they are gonna do what's best for business, unlike the WNBA.
And the LPGA isn't shy about it. They flat out admit they love Caitlin Clark because she's great for business. There's no sugarcoating, no marketing spin. They openly acknowledge she's the main attraction, the reason ticket sales surge and broadcasts trend. And instead of fighting that reality, they embrace it completely. This is what a smart partnership looks like. Caitlin gets to showcase her versatility and charm, the LPGA gains massive exposure, other players enjoy expanded visibility, and Gamebridge strengthens its brand. Everyone wins when a league understands its star power instead of trying to downplay it. Caitlin only played 13 games this season because of the WNBA's short schedule, making her off-season even more important. While most athletes fade into the background, she refuses to disappear. She stays visible and relevant through genuine passion projects like golf. not as a PR stunt, but because she truly loves the competition. It keeps her name, energy, and brand alive year-round, the mark of a star who doesn't just shine, but dominates every conversation no matter the season.
Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam, two of the best in the game, Clark said in a statement. I'm honored to be the ambassador for the company in Cambridge that is so committed to elevating women's sports. I can't wait to return to Tampa in November to play in the Pro-Am with the best women golfers.
Remember those $25 tickets that doubled in demand overnight? Let's break that down. If organizers expected to sell 1,000 tickets, they suddenly faced 13,000 people trying to get in. Even planning for 2,000 seats meant a demand surge to 26,000. That's not normal for golf. That's arena-level hype. Tournament officials know exactly what's happening. Caitlin Clark is the draw, plain and simple. This time they're prepared, more tickets, expanded hospitality, larger viewing areas. Because when Caitlin's name is on the marquee, lightning doesn't just strike once, it sells out twice.
Crowds were amazing. We are excited for her return to the Annika in November, Sorenstam said in a statement. She's added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand. You know who's also extremely competitive at golf? Michael Jordan will rip your heart out. He's competitive at everything. But, just throwing a couple of...
Look, Annika Sorenstam doesn't hand out compliments lightly. So when she said Caitlin brought a fresh energy and praised her passion and competitiveness, that actually meant something. Annika is a legend who's seen every kind of celebrity golfer step onto a Pro-Am course, from the ones who pose for cameras to the few who truly compete. Caitlin clearly belongs to the latter. Annika's words weren't polite flattery, they were genuine respect, the ultimate endorsement one elite athlete can give another. Caitlin's competitive drive isn't for show, it's what separates her from every other crossover star who's ever picked up a golf club.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it. They said the Golf Channel went live during her round and had a reporter interview Clark on a walk down the fairway. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Most groups had a handful, sometimes a dozen followers. Clark had thousands.
Alright, IndyCar drivers are literally stepping in as caddies, and that pretty much says everything, doesn't it? Just look at the entire ecosystem forming around Caitlin Clark. LPGA pros, top-tier racing stars, Cambridge executives, and thousands of fans are all gathering in one place simply because she's there. That's not just hype, that's cultural gravity in motion. This is exactly how true crossover icons are built. Tiger had it. Jordan had it. Serena had it. And now Caitlin's doing the same thing right in front of us.
I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation. Clark, the Iowa star and leading scorer in college basketball history, has taken the WNBA world by storm since she was the #1 draft pick by the Indiana Fever in 2024. Goes on to talk about she was limited to 13 games this year. Her presence at the Annika last year attracted big crowds that swelled into the thousands. Interest was so high, The Athletic even sent a video of Clark's swing to a golf course for analysis.
Let's get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. Caitlin Clark, for her second offseason, she will come.
Now, check out this line from Annika Sorenstam. I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation. That single sentence should honestly make the WNBA nervous. A Hall of Famer from another sport sees Caitlin Clark as a bridge to a completely new audience. She's a once-in-a-generation marketing force who's bringing golf to fans who never even cared about it before. Annika understands it perfectly. Fans don't just support Caitlin, they follow her wherever she goes. And Annika's smart enough to channel that loyalty into growth for golf. Meanwhile, the WNBA still hasn't cracked that formula. Where's the strategy? The accessibility? The protection for their biggest star? Or are they just waiting for the momentum to magically rebuild itself? So here's the thing. The GOAT Caitlin Clark is about to completely take over the show. That's literally how people are describing this event. It's not about her just showing up or making a quick appearance. No, It's a full takeover. That's the buzz. That's the energy. And the LPGA isn't running from it. They're embracing it wholeheartedly because they know exactly who the main attraction is.